pre-tummy tuck. So here we go. This is my tummy. Hi you guys, welcome to my channel. If you don't know, my name is Mallory. So I'm sure as you expected, this video is going to be all about plastic surgery. So what I'm going to be talking about with you guys today is basically why I decided to get plastic surgery and what I decided to get done. And then we'll get into like details of like where I'm getting it done, what doctor, and like pricing and all that good stuff too. So for starters, my body type, I've never been like big, but my body type has always been where I carried most of my weight in my stomach area. So after I had my first baby, I kind of snapped back pretty well. Like I would say, I breastfed and everything. So, you know, everyone's like, oh, if you breastfeed, you know, your stomach muscles are going to go back in. And I think that it did. I mean, for the most part, I was pretty slim. And I'll insert a picture here of what I looked like after baby number 1. And then I didn't have too many complaints about my body at that time. But then after I had my second baby, usually you get bigger with your second child. Like your stomach gets bigger. During my pregnancy, I was much larger than my first pregnancy, and they were both girls. And so with that being said, I was just really, really big after my second baby. And not like big, like everywhere, like, oh, you gained a lot of weight. But I was bigger in my stomach. Like I started getting a lot of stretch marks in my second pregnancy. And then after I had the baby, I also breastfed again, but I didn't get the same snapback. And I don't know if that had something to do with me not being as active or not working out as much, because that's kind of, I had my second baby during the pandemic. So, of course, everyone was working from home. So I was working from home on my computer all day. I was sitting down for about 8 hours of the day. And so I wasn't like walking around or getting up or doing anything active. So I think that also played a role in me not being able to like snap back as fast. But anyways, irrelevant. My stomach has always been a concern for me. And then, like I said, after my second baby, it was way worse for me. And I just didn't like the way I looked. I wasn't confident in the way I looked. I wasn't comfortable with outfits that I would wear. I would always have to find things to modify my body type. You would never catch me in a crop top. You would never catch me in like a super, super tight fitted dress. You would never catch me in like low-waisted jeans. I always wear high-waisted jeans. So like there was a lot of things that I was limited to when it comes to my wardrobe because of my stomach. Now, at first, like when I first started researching into plastic surgery, I was most interested in liposuction, because I felt like that was the least invasive way to get the fat out. And so then as I'm doing more and more research, of course, every girl's like, oh, I want a big butt too. So I'm like, oh, I might as well get 2 in 1. So liposuction my stomach, my back, put it in my butt. It's all my fat. Like that sounds wonderful. Like, let me get that BBL. So I started looking into BBLs. Originally, I was considering going to Miami. However, with my job and my work schedule, I knew that the only time I'd be able to really get this surgery was either over the summertime or over like the Christmas break, winter break time. And I felt like that time was shorter than the summertime, and I felt like I needed the most time to basically recover. So, I went brain dead, y'all. Hold on, give me a second. I don't know what I was even just talking about. Oh, So I was gonna go to Miami for surgery, or I was looking into Miami for surgery, but then I just started hearing all these things about how Miami is like a factory. They don't really care about their patients. They just get them in and out. And like, I remember specifically calling one of the places in Miami. It was Goals Plastic Surgery. And I'm not knocking them. Like, if you choose to go to them, or if you went to them, or you want to go to them, like, by all means, do your own research and, you know, do what you want to do. However, I wasn't really comfortable with it because I called them, and the same day that I called them, and they, like, you send them pictures of your body, and then they basically say, oh, like, yeah, you can get that or whatever. But like, the same day that I talked to them, they were already asking for my deposit. Like, they just seemed like they were really just thirsty for the money, and not really like what I wanted and when I wanted. Like, I don't even know when I want to schedule this surgery for yet or anything. So I just wasn't really comfortable with that. On top of, like, I would have to travel, and then I didn't do enough research onto like where would I stay and like how much was my flight, and it was just a lot. So I was just like, you know what? Change of plans. Let me see if there's any doctors local to where I live. And I live here in Houston, Texas. So that's what I did next. So I started doing a lot of research of doctors here, and I actually went to 4 different consultations here in Houston. And honestly, I felt comfortable with all of the doctors. I was really just doing it to see like if they were giving me different advice. I was really doing it to see like what their prices were. I was really doing it to see like, you know, just I was just trying to catch a vibe of like this hospital or this doctor versus this doctor, and like what the differences were, what they were kind of telling me. All right, you guys, so my camera like just went out. Back to what I was saying. So I went to all these different doctors, and they pretty much all told me the same thing, which was, and I wasn't really expecting to hear this, but it didn't really shock me. However, they were basically saying that I was a better candidate for a tummy tuck than I was for a BBL, simply because liposuction itself was not gonna be enough to like 100% satisfy me, I guess, in a sense. Like, it would get rid of the fat, but it wouldn't get rid of the loose skin or like my stretch marks. And the way one of the doctors described it was like if you have a balloon that's like inflated, and then you take all the air out, and it just becomes like like saggy, like loose. And that just sounded not appealing. And he was like, you'll love the way you look, you know, in clothes, but you might not necessarily love the way you look naked. And to me, if I'm gonna pay money and get this surgery and go through all of this, I want it to be 100% comfortable and confident in my body all the way around. So I started like doing more research on tummy tucks versus BBLs now. One of the doctors recommended like, well, you can get a BBL first and then come back for your tummy tuck later, like after, because if you do it the opposite way, then you might not have enough fats to transfer to your butt. But like, just after thinking of that, I was just kind of feeling like, you know, why am I really getting this surgery? What am I really getting this surgery for? And it crossed my mind that it was like, you know, when I look in the mirror, what am I most unhappy with? Or what am I most least confident in? And honestly, like, when I just take that time to look at myself in the mirror, when it's just me by myself, I don't really care about my butt not being big. Like, that's more of a bonus to me to have a big butt. It's like, but when I look in the mirror, I'm not like, ooh, I wish I had a bigger butt. Like, that's not what goes through my mind at all. However, what does cross my mind every single time I put on anything to wear is my stomach, and how is my stomach gonna look in this outfit? Is it loose enough on my mid area? Is it too tight? You know, when I take a shower and I'm like looking in the mirror, it's like, oh, I just hate my stomach. Like, it's just one of those areas that I'm just very unhappy with, to be honest. And so to me, I was like, okay, if I'm gonna do surgery to fix this issue, then I wanna get it done the right way. I don't wanna just get lipo and just so I can have a big butt, because having a butt was really not my concern. Having a flat stomach that looks nice so I can wear a two-piece, so I can wear a crop top, that was more of where I was headed with this. So, and I didn't want to have to go back for a second surgery because I really didn't even want to get the first surgery. I don't, I mean, I do, but I don't. Like, I wish I could just be born, like the skinny girls and just can eat all day and have 5 kids and still have a flat stomach, but that's not my life. So, I gotta figure out all the other alternatives. And I know some people are like, oh, well, just go to the gym, just work out, just eat right. I've been there, I've done that, and it ain't done nothing for me. Or maybe it just ain't done nothing for me fast enough, and I'm just tired of being patient. I'm only getting older, and I just don't got years and years and years to keep going to the gym, and it's just not what I want to do. So call it what you want to call it cheating, call it a shortcut, call it, whatever you want to call it, but it's a decision that I've made. I'm 100% confident in this decision. I have no second thoughts or second guesses. It's what I want to do. It's my body. It's my life. It's my choice. And so I think, if you're a girl that's, thinking about getting plastic surgery, if it's something that you really want for yourself, and if you are truly having, problems with your just confidence, or you just don't like the way you look when you look at yourself in the mirror, and it's something that you're considering, I say go for it. Do your own research, do your own background checks, make sure you have a doctor that you trust, or a doctor that you've seen his results or her results, but don't do it because someone is telling you to do it, and don't not do it because someone's telling you not to do it. I think it's one of those things that's just 100% up to you to decide. So with all of that being said, let's get into this tummy tuck business. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the hard part, which is showing you guys my tummy. And now this is a very insecure part because obviously I try to hide it. Anybody always tries to hide your stomach, and this is the part I wasn't looking forward to. But I know when I was doing my research, I watched 1,000 trillion YouTube videos, and that's what you want to see. You want to see people's before, and you want to see people's afters to see if it was worth it, if it's something you want to do. And so I'm going to be fully transparent with you guys. I'm not going to try to hide anything or, leave anything out. I'm going to show you guys my stomach pre-tummy tuck. So here we go. So this is my tummy.
Help me!
As you can see, let me try to move the chair out the way. Your stretch marks that you have up the top, like for example, these particular stretch marks will more than likely appear down here after the tummy tuck. However, these stretch marks that are like in the bottom and in the middle will completely go away. So even if I were to go to the gym for 3 years straight, constantly every day doing my thing, and I got my stomach on flat, those stretch marks and that extra skin would still be there. It would be like giving myself my own lipo. And that's not really what I want. I wanted just a brand new stomach. Like, just take it all the way and just start it from scratch. Like, that's what I want. Just throw the whole stomach away and let's just get a brand new. So that is really where I'm at with this, you guys. As you can see, you just saw my tummy. I'm sure like everyone's like, oh yeah, you probably do need a tummy tuck, girl. And I do, and that's okay. And that's why I'm doing this. And that's why I'm doing it for me. And I mean, you have to love yourself, and I do. I love myself in all of its glory and all of its selfness as it is now. However, I just know I would be more comfortable. I would be more confident. I would be more excited to go shopping, to just do lots of things, going out with my friends, like knowing I can wear the things that I want to wear. And I also decided, that this is something that I want to do while I'm still young. I'm 29, so, I still have, a lot of life to live. And so I want to do it while I'm still, in my prime, to kind of just, go out. We want to be cute. We want to be, sexy. And so, this is just something that I want to do for myself. Fact. Doctors will recommend that if you do choose to get a tummy tuck, that you are completely finished with having kids. I personally am finished having kids. I have 2 girls. They're a year apart, and so I think that's perfect for me. They have each other, that's fine. Me and my husband talked about possibly having a third because we want to try for a boy, but that's definitely not something that we're pressed about. If in the future it happens, then it happens, but it's not something we're planning or even necessarily just want that bad. But I do know, I will say there are lots of stories, there are lots of videos you guys can find on YouTube of women who have had a tummy tuck and then have also gotten pregnant afterwards. So don't think because you get a tummy tuck like your chances of getting pregnant are gone. No, I think that it may cause like more complications in your pregnancy as far as like, I mean, honestly, I don't know. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse. I don't want to tell you something wrong, but I'm thinking the reason they say that is because they pull your stomach so tight that when you are pregnant, obviously your stomach grows and gets big and you don't have much room anymore to grow and get big because they took a lot of your skin away. But a lot of women still do get pregnant after a tummy tuck. It's not recommended though, but that's just a fact. So if you're like a young, single, no kids girl, and you're like, oh, I want to get a tummy tuck, I would just say wait until after you have your kids if you want kids, because you don't want to pay all this money, go through all this pain, and do all this stuff, this whole lifestyle, just to basically kind of ruin your results. I mean, I don't know how you'll look afterwards. I'm sure you'll still be the snapback will be still pretty good because you have gotten a tummy tuck, but I don't know for sure. So don't judge me. I don't know, but just a fact that the doctors shared with me. But anyways, okay, so now let's get into the good part, girls. So let's talk about where I'm going and who's gonna be my doctor and how much they charge. Excuse me. Okay, so like I told you guys, I went to about 4 consultations here in Houston because I wanted to stay local. I didn't want to have to go to a recovery home or Airbnb or hire nurses. I'm just going to come straight back to my house and have my husband take care of me because that's what he's there for, right? So where I'm going is I went to a lot of consultations and I kind of narrowed it down to 3 doctors. I went to 4, narrowed it down to 3. So it's like, girl, make a decision. And I'll tell you about the 3 doctors that I narrowed it down to and why I did go with them and why I did want to go with them and why I decided to go with the doctor I did decide to go with. One of the doctors was one of the first people I've ran into when I first started doing my research. And I actually went to 2 consultations with that doctor. One was for my previous inquiry about a BBL, and then when I knew I was gonna get a tummy tuck, I went back again to talk about the tummy tuck. The reason I was so into him is because he was a Black surgeon and he works on mostly Black girls, and so I was just confident in that alone, honestly. He, works on Black girls, and a lot of the other doctors worked on white women or Hispanics or just other races. And I'm sure he did those races as well, but he mostly focused on the African community and African American community, just Black girls. And, he was just putting that Black girl magic in them. And I was just like, okay, I'm comfortable here. Now, once I realized for sure that I was gonna get a tummy tuck over a BBL, I decided that I wasn't gonna go with him because he does do tummy tucks, but he does mostly BBLs, and his BBLs be bomb. I ain't gonna lie. If I was gonna get a BBL, he would have been my doctor of choice because he definitely has the best BBLs that I've seen out of all of those doctors. However, his tummy tucks were just regular. I mean, they weren't bad. They weren't anything overly special in comparison to the other doctors. And he moved practices from a group practice to his own single practice, working for his own office. So his prices kind of went up, and I was like, I'm gonna have to knock you off the list. But great doctor here in Houston if you want a BBL. His name is Dr. Stanley Ogu, I believe. Wonderful BBLs for sure. So then the next doctor I was really interested in worked at this hospital, I believe called Houston Memorial. I don't know. But there's like multiple doctors that work there, and I originally wanted the lady, but she was like booked up until like 2023. And honey, I didn't have the time to wait that. Like I was like, I needed this summer, I needed this summer, I needed like this summer. So they had a male doctor, and I went to him. I had a consultation with him. I liked his vibe. He was like from another country or something, but really cool, really sweet. He told me basically the same thing, and he was trying to like get me to add fat to my hips. Like he was trying to, you know, get the price up there, I feel. But nonetheless, he was a good doctor. I liked his work that I seen on Instagram and all of that. But he was about, for just the tummy tuck alone. Now, fact, when they do a tummy tuck, so some of you may not know what a tummy tuck consists of. A tummy tuck comes with, and that's not even the right word for it. It's a real word for a tummy tuck, abdominoplasty, I think. I don't know. Anyway, a tummy tuck will come with liposuction to your flanks, and your flanks are this part of your body, right? The sides. And it comes with muscle repair, and muscle repair is basically where they see your muscles and they like stitch them together to make them tight. Okay, so that you are like tight in your muscles, usually after you have kids, or if you were a lot of weight and you had a drastic weight loss. Your muscles are usually like, they're supposed to be, I don't know, like this, like pretend these are muscles. They're supposed to be like this, but after having kids or something like that, usually they're like this. So then your fat like goes in between, which causes like your stomach to like bulge out, basically. So they'll repair your muscles and sew them up together, causing your stomach to be tight. And if you go to the gym and like do what you're supposed to do, you have the potential to get a little six-pack, okay? Anyway, back to the doctor. His tummy tuck alone was $12,000. And I was interested in a tummy tuck plus lipo 360, which is just liposuction of obviously your flanks and your full back. And to add that with him was about $15,000. And I had a budget going into this of $12,000. Really, that was like my max budget.
Okay,
Like if I couldn't find any doctor that was a little bit cheaper, I did not want to spend over $12,000. So just the tummy tuck alone was going to take my whole maximum budget. And so because of that, even though his work was really, really good, it caused me to like kind of have self-doubt, because I was like, do I really want to spend $12,000 on this tummy tuck? I mean, granted, some people pay more. Like some people be paying a lot of money for their plastic surgery, and power to you for, you know, having them funds, girl. But I was paying for this out of my own pocket, out of my own savings, just from saving money, like to do something that I want, because I felt like I deserved it. And I just wanted some money left over. Like I didn't want to spend a full $12,000. I didn't want to, but I was willing to if I had to, okay? So I ended up finding this other plastic surgery group called Mia Aesthetics, and they're based out of Miami, but they opened up an office here in Houston. So their office has been open now here in Houston for I think like 2 or 3 years, not very long. So they didn't have much to show. Like it was kind of like new a little bit. The doctors were kind of new, kind of like they didn't have a lot of work on their Instagram for me to judge, and so I was kind of skeptical. But their prices, girl, their prices are competing with Miami. So, you know, Miami prices, that's why people go there, because they're cheap. And so I was like, you know, maybe they're doing this because they're a new office and like they, you know, they want to, you know, get the girls that, you know, are like, it's too expensive to go to them other places, because the black doctor was also $12,000. But I wasn't going to him because he didn't do, because he mostly focused on BBLs, and his tummy tucks, to me, it just wasn't worth paying the $12,000. The other doctor that I said was $12,000, his tummy tucks were very, very good. Like he had them girls snatched to the gaunt, honey. But I was still like, $12,000. Okay. So the other Mia Aesthetics, they just have really good pricing. And I was super skeptical, and I talked about this with my mom, I talked about this with my husband, my sisters, like everybody. I'm like, I don't know if I should do it because they're just so cheap, but I don't want to come off the bed looking the same. Like, you know, I was just like, ugh. you know, and they were like, no, if you're gonna do it, like go to something you trust, go to somebody you know, like the money will come again, like you already saved for it, like just spend it. And so they kind of had me like, oh, okay, maybe I shouldn't, but the price was sounding so good, y'all, in comparison. So like I said, the other two doctors that I had an offer for was $12,000. This doctor was $6,000, so half the price. But you know, you get what you pay for. And that's really what my mindset was. And I was just like, there's no way I'm gonna look good. That's how I felt, okay? So for the first time ever, I was like, I got this like, just light bulb went off in my head. And I'm like, let me go on Facebook and like join a Houston Facebook plastic surgery group. So I did. I found like a Houston plastic face, you know what I'm trying to say. I found a group, started talking to them. I highly recommend, if you are getting any type of plastic surgery, whether it's a nose job, a boob job, a butt job, a stomach job, a leg job, I would recommend going on Facebook and joining your group for your for your area, for your doctor, for your hospital, whatever. Join the Facebook groups. You will find out so much tea. Okay, you will find out everything. It's an open book in there. Okay. So that's what I did. And when I did that, I got so much good feedback from the $6,000 doctor, okay? And their prices changed there. Like, they're not a consistent thing. Like, every time I look up research, I research this to the death, y'all. Like, I feel like I can go do the surgery. No, I'm just playing. But no, I did a lot of research in terms of like, what is the surgery, like on Google, on you know, on YouTube, on just like looking into it, hearing different doctors, just seeing different things, like what is the surgery, what are the future results for, like, say 10 years from now, what is it going to look like, do you need to go back for revisions, is it something you can do just one time, you know, just different things that I personally wanted to know. How long is the recovery? What does the recovery look like? What does the recovery feel like? So just do your research is my number one advice, and do it because you want to do it. Don't do it because you want to look like someone else, and don't do it because, or don't not do it because you don't want to hear what other people have to say. Do it for you if you're interested in doing it. Total cost of my surgery, I don't know if I said, but my surgeon was $6,000. He might have been $6,500, but I think it was $6,000. And then I got the tummy tuck package, which came with my stage 1 faja, my foams, my pads, compression socks. I think that's it. And then I paid for this thing called Exparel shot, I think that's how it's pronounced, and it's only for tummy tuck patients, and it's a shot that they give you in your stomach that helps relieve the pain for the first 3 days so that you're not in as much pain. You don't have to get this shot, it's just if you feel like you might need it. And I was like, oh, it's something to help with the pain, let me add that. And I asked other girls in the little Facebook group if they gotten it, if they recommend it, and all of them were like, yes, girl, get it. So you ain't gotta tell me twice. That shot with this facility was $600. So I added that on as well. And I think the tummy tuck package was $150. I don't know, something like that, $250. I don't remember. Altogether, I came out of about $7,500, I believe. But then you have to think, girl, you have to think aftercare. See, this is something that we don't think about before we get surgery until it's our time. So aftercare is not cheap. So for one, you have to pay for your prescriptions. I picked up my prescriptions yesterday. They gave me like something to kill bacteria or something like that, antibiotics. Then they gave me something for nausea, and I picked up those. My insurance covered it, I believe, most of it. I only paid $11 for those 2 medications. Now they do also prescribe you pain medication, which is a Percocet. You cannot pick it up until the day of your surgery. So I'm gonna have my husband pick it up. I don't know how much it's gonna cost for the perks, but you know, you have to pay for your medicine, and then you have to pay for your massages. That's where it gets the coins coming, girl, the coins. So, excuse me, my nose is starting to run, and I feel like I'm sneezing. So massages are about, on average, like you can probably get 5 massages for about $350. They can be more, they can be less. It just depends on what you do. Just do your research for massages. I've just been looking in my Facebook groups, asking people where they went to, looking on their Instagram pages, just doing that type of stuff. I paid for 5 massages. They recommend you get up to 10. I'm gonna just do 5 professional massages, and then I'm gonna see how my body is doing. I'm gonna kind of be my own judge, and if all is well, I'm probably gonna start doing self massages, and order me one of like those rollers off Amazon and kind of roll myself out and stuff like that. So altogether, I would say my surgery cost me about, and then you have to get like, I got arnica tea, which is supposed to help with your healing. I got lots of food to meal prep, so my husband doesn't have to do anything except for warm it up in the microwave for me. I got like chicken, broccoli, asparagus, Brussels sprouts, shrimp, and brown rice. You cannot have sodium. You are in a very low sodium diet, you guys, once you do the surgery. So I got Dash seasonings. They have no salt. So those are the seasonings I'm going to be using instead of like my regular Tony Stasherins and stuff like that. Sorry, my nose is really bothering me. So when is my surgery, y'all? Y'all want to know? Ooh, my surgery's on Monday. Today is Saturday, girl. Sunday, Monday. It's 2 days away. I waited to do this video until we got super close to my surgery because I don't know, I didn't know if I was gonna like chicken out or like not really go through with it, or I don't know. But like I in the beginning I was like, oh, I should, you know, video my journey, and then I like did it, and then I was like, okay, well let me just wait till it gets closer. But now I'm 2 days away, and I'm like, girl, if you don't make the video now, you're just never gonna make it. So here's the video. If you made it this far, girl, congratulate you, because I'm just so happy. I'm not a YouTuber. So if you watched me, maybe that means it's a sign. Like, girl, be a YouTuber. People like what you're saying. No, but on a serious note, if you did make it this far, please like it, comment in the comments. I'm gonna read it. I'll respond to you, girls. And subscribe. I do definitely plan on vlogging this whole journey. So like I said, my surgery is June 13th, which is in 2 days. And I am going to do a day 1 vlog of what that looks like. I go in for surgery at 11 o'clock a.m. I'm gonna try my best to vlog, or I have my husband record me in the car. Oh, once he picks me up, I'm gonna record myself going into surgery. And then what it looks like once I get home. I don't know what it's gonna look like, girl. I don't know. I'm not that prepared. I think I'm gonna sleep on my couch because everyone's like, you need to be in a recliner, and our couch is a reclining couch. So I think I'm just gonna sleep on the couch for like the first week or so. Like I said, I have meal preps ready. I'm gonna have my medicine, and then yeah, I'm just gonna get on the camera and talk to you guys about how I feel the day after surgery. I'm probably gonna be a little drugged up off anesthesia, so I'm not really sure what it's gonna look like, but I'm gonna try my best to give y'all that day 1 video. I know you're gonna want it because I want it from other girls, because I want to see, you know, what does it look like when you get home? Like, are you well? Are you, you know, how bad is the pain? I've seen some girls that are like, oh, it was not that bad. Like, it was a little bit of swelling, a little bit of bruising. My back hurt the most. I just took it like a champ. It just, you know, it wasn't that bad. And then you have girls who are like, oh my God, it was the worst pain I ever experienced in my life. I just never would do it again. So I don't know which one I'm gonna be. I don't know. I'm hoping I'm like the other ones that have no pain, but I don't know. I like to say I have a pretty good pain tolerance. Like, as you can see, I'm pretty tatted. Like, I've had 2 kids vaginally, though. Both of my kids were vaginal. I didn't have any C-sections. This is my very first surgery. I've never gotten like my tonsils removed. I've never gotten like a broken arm. I've never like had any surgery. So this is my first surgery, so that's scary. I've never been under anesthesia, so that's scary. but you know, God is with me and I trust this process. So yes, girl, my surgery, I would say all around like $8,000 to $9,000 just spent on the overall entire thing, like including all aftercare, all surgery, all medications, all things I would need to like eat and just things like that, traveling back and forth to the massage people every day. Like I said, if you did make it this far to my video, thank you so much. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It will encourage me to continue making videos. Like I said, I am gonna do a day 1 post-op, and then I'll probably do like a day 3 or 1 week later, or 2 week later, 3 week later, just to kind of give you guys like an update on how it's going, how I care for myself. Anyway,
2 hours later.
thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and close it up here. If I missed anything, I'm so sorry. I feel like I've been rambling on for 30 minutes and I just can't think of what I could have missed. I feel like I gave you guys everything I got. But if I did, just put it in the comments and I'll definitely respond. I'm so interested in this. I know I watched probably every YouTuber's video about tummy tucks when I was looking at tummy tucks. So hopefully you girls just found my video from, you know, just looking on the internet, and I hope it was helpful. I hoped I helped at least one person make a decision or answer some questions that they may have been wondering about. So yeah, love you guys. Even though I don't know you yet, you're gonna get to know me, sweetie. We are gonna become friends. I just can feel it. I can feel the energy. It's like flowing into me. So do that. And if you're in the Houston area, just hit me up, girl, because I might meet you at Seaside or the Circular Cut, girl, in the new body. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm super friendly, guys. Just please talk to me back so I know what to do. Tell me what kind of videos you guys want. The other videos are going to be more vloggy instead of me just sitting here talking to you. They're going to be more in the action. So yeah, I might take you guys with me to Walmart. I'm going to go pick up some items for my surgery before I have surgery and can't go to Walmart. So stay tuned. Bye.